My beloved Shahid Sukhdev College students, over the next about 10 minutes, I will demonstrate how a GD is supposed to be conducted. In a group discussion, you can typically play 7 powerful roles. The first role is that of an initiator. An initiator is supposed to give a neutral opening by describing the topic, giving the context, setting the stage. An initiator should never give a very biased view about the topic, but rather give a neutral opening. The second person who enters the GD is supporter, who generally speaks in favor of the motion. And this person should follow the rule of 3 to give 2 or 3 points as to why he thinks this is the right thing. Usually, the third role is that of an opposer, who presents a slightly divergent view that my worthy friend, I think you have a good point, but please allow me to say this thing. Then the battle starts. The fourth role is that of a strong supporter, who then generally disagrees with the opposer and gives more strong points. Fifth is somebody who is a strong opposer. Then sixth is a harmonizer. A harmonizer tries to balance between the two sides and tries to act like a peace broker and giving a way forward. Thereafter, the final role may be called a concluding person or a summarizer. This is someone who then concludes the GD in the last about 40 to 50 seconds. A summarizer must never give his or her own view that I think this should be done. No. A summarizer is supposed to present an unbiased description of what was discussed in the GD over the last 15-20 minutes. So today, let me do a short mock GD on the topic Central Bank Digital Currency, DigiRupee. Is it the right bet for a wrong nation? Or another way of looking at it, is DigiRupee a wrong medicine for a wrong disease? Or in a poor country like India, is it wise to spend on DigiRupee when still 40% of the country doesn't have money to buy one bread or 1 kilogram of rice? So these are the various ways this topic could be asked. Most of such GDs would be compulsory consensus, which means if the group doesn't agree, then the whole group gets disqualified. And you will be given a specific task, 3 recommendations to Prime Minister Modi on DigiRupee. So guys, let us do a mock GD as to how do you discuss is DigiRupee the right medicine but for a wrong disease. At the count of 3, 2. My worthy colleagues, I welcome you all to this very prestigious GD being conducted by Dabur Corporation for the post of Marketing Executive. The topic which has been given to us is very relevant in today's socio-political economic context, DigiRupee. Is it a step in the right direction or wrong direction? Now we all know that there is a context to this. Over the last few years, digital assets like cryptocurrency and speculative assets, NFT, have got vogue. Therefore, our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in the last budget had promised that India would launch a digital currency which is legal and backed by the central bank. So this is the background, and based on the follow-up of Nirmala Sitharamanji's promise, now government has launched 2 pilot projects. In the month of October, wholesale DigiRupee has been launched, and in the month now of 1st December, the retail digital rupee has been launched. So I believe that as far as our country is concerned, it definitely comes as a mixed bag. There are some pluses and some minuses. However, my friends, we have only been given 15 minutes, and may I request, let's have a healthy and constructive GD. So may I suggest that first of all, let us talk about good points of digital currency. So Mohan, why don't you start? Yeah. Thank you so much, Ram. Thanks for your good introduction. I sincerely believe that DigiRupee is a blessing for our country for 3 big reasons. Number one, it's a stable currency. So the volatilities of Bitcoin, Dogecoin and so many speculative currencies have made the common man lose billions of dollars. But because it is backed by the government of India, so the value will remain pegged to rupee, so there is no volatility over here. So stability is the big point, number one. The second point, it is paperless. We all talk about environment, but have you ever thought, my friends, how much trees are cut because of the paper. So paperless currency is something which won't perish, and it protects the environment also. And number 3, it's efficient. Today, you think you have to deposit 10,000 rupees at SBI, but can you imagine how much time, efforts are used? By making it completely free of any such hassle, it's a very efficient process. Mohan, I think you have made a good point. However, I sincerely believe that there is an alternate view. So please allow me to say 3 points why I think DigiRupee is bad for our country. Number 1, there is a serious risk of theft, not the physical theft, but cyber crime. So we are going to now only encourage cyber crime, and till now, robbers could have robbed us of 5 lakh, 10 lakh, but now our entire bank balance could be robbed if somebody develops a design code. So cyber crime is a serious risk, number 1. Second is regulation. Now government can know every single penny which we are spending. Therefore, with all this data with them, the government could have various regulations. You could have negative interest rates, where overnight RBI could start depreciating the value of digital currency. And finally, there could be operational issues. People living in villages, they don't have any accounts. How will their KYC be done? How will their operation be done? No, friends, my name is Neelkant. Please allow me to say something. While you have made very good points, I would like you to understand there are many plus points about DigiRupee. A plus point is it's cost effective. In a poor country like India, if the banking system is inefficient, directly or indirectly money is going from where? From your pocket only. So by making the system cheap and inexpensive, DigiRupee is going to the welfare of the economy. The next thing is that it is also going to help international trade. Now, in times to come, your overseas remittances, your interaction with international trade will be far easier. Number 3, my friend, please don't forget the risk of terrorism, illegal money, black money. So by making it accountable, every single pie being accountable, I think we are becoming a safer country. And finally, I want all of you to remember it's a legal currency. Unlike cryptocurrency, which is used by terrorists or for illegal hawala transactions, at least a legal currency makes sure that our country will have to have lesser pilferage on various accounts. So friends, I really wish all of you to recognize a good point. I think you have made good point. I respect many of your points. So the discussion here is not whether DigiRupee is good or bad. We do agree it's good, but is the timing right? Is it good for a country like India? So to oppose you, please permit me to say 3 points. Number 1, the underprivileged. In a country where people don't have food, almost 30% are below poverty line. Where will they get mobile phone? Where will they get laptop? They don't even have bread. How will they download the Digi wallet app? So please understand, is it scalable? Can it help the country? That is the topic, my respected friend. And then another point which I want to say is banking system. Banking system is creating millions of jobs. So this DigiRupee could actually kill a huge portion of them if banking system gets destabilized. The average person relies so heavily on banks that if banks are gone or become weakened, then the whole fabric of the nation will become weak. So I'm wondering whether government is thinking on all those points. And finally, ecosystem. For DigiRupee to eventually succeed, it would need an ecosystem which may take time again. So my friend, I think I understand that DigiRupee has pluses, but I want you to understand the topic given to us by Dabur, which is it the right time? So therefore, I wish to present my humble opposition. Okay, yeah, this is Meera, Ram, Mohan, Neelkant, Sham. I think I have taken all of your points. I would like to sort of try to harmonize this and take this forward. So I think Ram and Sham, you are opposed, and Mohan and Neelkant, you are supporting. So if you look forward, what we are finding that DigiRupee per se is a step in the future. It's cost effective, it's going to broaden the reach, it's going to make the transaction easier, and it's going to also be helpful for the environment. Those who are opposing on this side, they are mainly saying that India being a poor country, when people don't have food, how can they have mobile phone for DigiRupees? They are also worried about cyber crime, which is very genuine. They are also very much worried that how do we create a system where government doesn't destroy the privacy. Nobody wants that Nirmala Sitharaman should be knowing every single rupee. And I think I personally agree that it's not just leakage of money, it's leakage of information. So if people start leaking, where am I spending money, where am I going, which movies am I watching, it's not something good. So I think both of sides have made a very good point, but may I propose that let us give 3 recommendations to Modi government, because time is almost over and we have to give a compulsory consensus. So worthy colleagues, let's try to reach to a consensus. Hello? Nobody has given me chance. My name is Sita. May I summarize if everybody agrees? Okay, Sita, please summarize. So friends, I think since time is up, may we conclude it as follows, that the group is divided on the pluses and minuses. Those in favor of DigiRupee strongly feel it's a future currency, it's going to be paperless, better for the environment, cheaper and convenient. But the voices which are worrying are mainly on three accounts. Number one, it destroys privacy and government can mess with people's life. Number two, risk of cyber crime. And number three, the threat to poor people. So, may I propose that the group can give to the jury three final recommendations as was told to us by Dabar. So, respected jury, the group will like to give you three conclusions. Number one, we should ask the government to design laws which protect some kind of anonymity so that government is not getting into the lives of people day in, day out. So the anonymity and privacy protection law should be there is group's recommendation number one. Number two, for the sake of cybercrime, there should be laws which can not just trace but also bring the money back were some theft to happen. And finally, the last recommendation which the group would like to give is that since the life of poor people is dependent, so technology should either be made very economical or the underprivileged should be provided with devices by which they can be DigiRupee. So to conclude the GD, everybody feels that DigiRupee is a step in the right direction so long as the risks are gracefully hedged. So worthy colleagues, with this we would like to conclude the GD. Thank you so much.